Yeah, just
Okay.
a time limit, this is 3 minutes.
I've been out of town with a sick patient, but
Could you state your name?
yes, my name is Queta Díaz.
Thank you.
I've been reading the news and reading the newspapers and everything that's been going on, the calamity on the budget of the County Commissioner's Court. And I'd like to, first of all, support Commissioner's Court in their effort to try to bring down the budget so that it will be balanced. I've been in your shoes, so I know exactly where you are. I also, when I took administration, I was also in the red for a long time, and it took cooperation from all the department heads in meetings to try to establish a balanced budget. However, having said that, I would also address the community as a whole, which there's not very many here today, but I would like to address an issue that is probably out of ignorance, not knowing that the Commissioner's Court, the county of the state of Texas, is not a profit-making organization. It is a service-rendering governmental entity. And for that reason, counties throughout the state of Texas are always in the red. And especially more so now that the federal grants that used to assist in supplements and stipends are no longer in existence. So therefore, it is very difficult for Commissioner's Court to try to continue to do its business as they used to do with the demands of the community when there is no money to do it with. It is very common for the taxpayer to request service, but the Commissioner's Court, the county, does not have a tree that's growing money. It is a non-profit making organization. The majority of the departments that are running the county, established by the Texas legislature, are not revenue making. They're filing offices, they require computers, staff, and everything else to render service to the community. And it takes a lot of money to run each department. Nobody likes to be laid off. Nobody likes to have cut back on their hours. Nobody likes to have their salary lowered. So the community also needs to understand that if the county is in a red and they do not run taxes, then they're going to have to cope and work with the Commissioner's Court in getting less service than they have been getting in the past. Because that's the only way. At home, when we're at home, I like to buy clothes at Macy's. But there's times that I've been broke that I have to go to the flea market. And that's just the way it is. You have to do with what you have, and there's no ifs or buts about it. Having said that, in favor of Commissioner's Court, and having said that, is knowledge for the community that may not be aware of what the county is. I would also like to address the commissioners. I know I've been sitting before, I've said before, in Judge Salcedo's seat. He is the budget officer, he's the chief budget officer for the county. But he cannot bring the deficit to a balance without the cooperation of the commissioners. In the past, not only you all, but other commissioners that are long gone, they have approved items that have never been line items in the budget. And you all were determined that you were going to get it through, pay it, whatever, because the money was expected to come in. Well, we know that taxes don't come in as expected. It's anticipated, but it doesn't always come in. I've been looking at your agendas that I get all the time, and I'd like to, very friendly, I'm not here to chew anybody out, I'm here to make a recommendation to Commissioner's Court. I've been reading your agendas every month, every week, every time you have a meeting, and I will go, not for you all to look at, but I will mention out some items. This is an agenda for June the 4th. I see here item number 5, where an employee was hired waiving orientation. When you waive orientation, you're bringing a deficit on money that is not even there to begin with. If you have a probationary period, you need to stick to it. It doesn't matter who it is. Because those 3 months that they're on probation, you allow fringe benefits, and that's costing the taxpayers, it's costing the budget money that is not there to begin with. Item 11 through 18. There are several items: waiving orientation, installing lights, assisting people in the community with sewer, with sewer connections, with fencing, with trash, lending out vans, and I believe at this point, I believe if I'm not mistaken, that each commissioner has a van, a 15-passenger van, that is continuously lent out for different organizations. Are you all in a lending institute now? This is a wonderful gesture. It's a wonderful gesture if you have the money to do it. But this is getting out of hand. You all are trying to make miracles with something you don't have. You want to render service to everybody, and you don't have the money to do it. So what are you getting? You're getting the people rebuttaling you because they don't want you to raise taxes. And unless you cut this out, you're going to continue bringing the county in the red. Because this is not under the state legislature commissioner's court duties. This is not the duty of commissioner's court to provide tax service for any non-profit organization. It's nice. You want to lend your car, do it. But that van belongs to all the taxpayers. So I'm saying those are areas that you all can cut back on that is costing not only insurance, but the vans are expensive, and also it's carrying maintenance and probably the liability too. That's on June the 4th. I have another agenda here on June the 28th. Discussion approval to install speed bumps, speed bumps, speed bumps, speed bumps. Seems like the whole precinct 3 has speed bumps. I mean, is that a priority? Again, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying those are not priorities right now. That's all I'm saying. When you're wealthy and you can do it, go for it. But it's going to take the commissioners. Because it's not David Saucedo that's bringing the deficit. And it's not Pepe Aranda. Pepe Aranda was gone. Obama's still blaming Bush. It's you all that are here now. You all are to correct the problem. We're talking about what happened in the past. And it's the commissioners that keep putting items on the agenda. You're determined because people ask you, and you want to give them what they want, but you have to learn to say no, just like you tell your kids. There's no money, it cannot be done. It can be done when you have the finances together. On this June 28th, agenda, there's about 15 lights, floodlights, speed bumps, lending out the vans. The majority of the agenda is giving out freebies that are not the responsibility of Commissioner's Court. They are not. Here's another one, August the 2nd. Same thing, discussion to request lights on County Road, install lights on Dahlia, on Fawn Alley, another speed bump, another speed bump, another speed bump. Oh, discussion approval to travel Rosina Harvey to San Marcos for the promotoras ALA. What does that have to do with Commissioner's Court? Nothing. Approval for travel for these other people, per diem to Splashdown. What does that have to do with Commissioner's Court? Again, Commissioner's Court, Commissioner, members of the court. I'm not trying to chew you out. I'm not trying to cut you down. I commend you for the effort you're doing. I've been there, I've done that, I know the headaches. But all I'm saying is that all this is in here, and it happens on every agenda. There's things in here that are not priority right now. You need to concentrate on exactly what the road and bridge is, and that's fixing the roads and bridges to as best as you can based on the revenues received. It is not for luxury, it's not for lights, it's not for speed bumps, it's not for sidewalks, it's not for splashdown, it's not for vans. It's only the limitation allowed based on your budget right now. Please work together. The community is looking at you, I'm looking at you. I hope you all consider me a friend. I know I speak loud and clear, and I'm sorry, that's me. I'm an Indian, I do not speak with a forked tongue. But I'm telling you, I'm here to help you. I'm here to ask you. You can balance the budget. You can, but it's going to take all 4 commissioners to close down the wishing well and stop giving everybody every little item they want, because it doesn't work that way. And to the public, all I can tell them is the county is not a profit-making organization. The state of Texas made it that way. It's to render service. There's many departments, they need a lot of money to run the offices, required under state law. And unfortunately, there's no candy left to distribute to the community, such as events. But the pressure is put on the commissioners, and they go out of their way to try to do something. But overall, it's hurting everyone because the taxpayers are everyone, and those receiving the candy are only a few. So having said that, I thank you, and I support your decision. God bless you all.
Thank you.